What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the More Than Philly Sports Network. It is great to be here with all of you today. 7:06 p.m. here on the East Coast, the 23rd of June. It is officially summer. It's our first show in the summer officially. For those of you who are live on our Instagram, we're going to be live here for just a couple minutes as we try to get some more traffic directed into our Facebook and our YouTube. Our link is in my bio as well as the actual show's bio. So we hope you all join us. And as always, join alongside my co-host, Gavin, Tony. Again, for those of us who are joining on the Instagram, make sure you check us out on YouTube. Get us some views there. Subscribe to us there. We're really excited to get started. Of course, if you do join the Instagram, the benefit you get to see behind the scenes. Gavin, we were just talking about before we got started how people may not know how much prep work we actually put in as we get started with it. But first of all, Gavin, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Zach. Listen, I got new internet. My router is supposed to be stronger. So if I lag out today, I'm throwing my router in the trash. I'm getting another one. No, my dad would kill me. But all jokes aside, Zach, I'm doing great, man. Nice weather out today. How are you doing?
Yeah, weather's perfect. I know we were supposed to do an earlier show today, but we figured we'd do a great idea to get the Bucks and Hawks pregame. I had a chance to meet up with my cousin. I've not seen him in a couple of years. He's moved out to Arizona, so unfortunately not able to see him as much. I do owe him a trip to the West Coast, Gavin. Maybe he'll join me since we've been talking about traveling. Sure. He wants me to go with him now. He goes to UCLA, so maybe I'll have to head out there and we'll have to go see him. But bottom line was I got to play some golf today. I've been struggling as of today. I did take the win today, but it's been a struggle lately. Today I had a very good comeback day. I felt very good to get back out there, doing much better than the Phillies, which we have to talk about here in just a few minutes. But I'm just happy to be here with us. Yesterday, Gavin, we went out with Dom, our good friend of the show, to PJ's. As always, we had some funny stories to talk about. It was a great day yesterday for us. We're probably going out on Friday as well. Maybe we'll do a live show from there. We'll figure something out. But in all seriousness, it's been a fun week so far. Fun first or so week of the summer.
Zach, it's been nothing but a blast. For those who may not know, those PJ trips are memorable. Half the stories we tell that we can't share on here. So if you want to join us, just let us know. We're always open. It's every time we go, sir. There's a new story every time, and Dom always is making us laugh. And I almost choked on my sandwich. By the way, smoking pork sandwich. That's it.
The pork is really good. I can vouch for Gavin there.
That's it.
The club soda too. The club soda PJ is very, very, very good as well. Very good. But look, in all seriousness, let's get started with it. We're going to open up today, of course, with our title: the Bucks and the Hawks pregame live. The Atlanta Hawks stunning the number one seed Philadelphia 76ers in 7 games, winning 3 of the games in Philadelphia. The team of Trae Young, of course, Bogdan Bogdanovic, who is expected to play. He's been battling an injury, but he will be playing. Of course, you have a couple other key names: John Collins, Clint Capella. A couple of guys like Danilo Gallinari off the bench. And then, of course, the Milwaukee Bucks. We know what they bring to the table. Giannis, of course, the 2-time MVP and 1-time Defensive Player of the Year. Drew Holiday, one of the best two-way players in the league. Chris Middleton, who decides to show up when he does and doesn't. And then a couple other players that are key to their role. Brook Lopez, Dante DiVincenzo. Gavin, all bias aside, what are we expecting from this series? Should the Hawks be expected to even win any games? Yet to mention win the series.
I got the Bucks in 4. And in all honesty, that guy really got the Bucks in 3. Fourth game is not going to really mean much. And that's throwing bias aside. I mean, it's like if you look at how the Sixers and Hawks series went, I know it wasn't in Philly's favor, but every time the Bucks won, the Hawks won, it wasn't more than 3 points. It was, look, Zach, in game 1, they won 124 to 128. That's 4. Then you got in game 4, you got 100 to 103. In game 5, you got 109, 106, and an amazing comeback. Game 7 was the only game they won by more than 4 to 5 points. So if you're going to play a team like Milwaukee Bucks, who has a guy in Giannis who can get 40 points in the paint, Chris Middleton, Zach, you pointed out when he wants to show up, can give you 30. And Zach, my key factor for this series is Drew Holiday. Zach, he had averaged 15 points the whole entire series versus Brooklyn. And that was with a Kyrie Irving and then without a Kyrie Irving defending him. On 26% shooting from 3 and 36% shooting from the field. That's just as bad as Ben Simmons. The only thing is he got more points than Ben Simmons. But Zach, that's the key factor. And obviously stopping Trae Young, who's really not really a factor to begin with. Zach, I really got the Bucks in 4, and if you want me to be less biased because that might sound biased. Bucks in 5. There's no way Atlanta comes out of this.
Look, this was a team that was, I believe, 14-20, or even potentially worse when Lloyd Pierce was fired. We spoke about it on the show. It was one of the shocking moves. This was a team that we expected to be good this year. They had a young star in Trae Young in year 3. They made some new additions to the team. They added Rajon Rondo, which, of course, has since been flipped for Lou Williams. And so for this team, Nate McMillan comes in and turns the whole team around. They've been playing much better. You can't deny they've been playing better team basketball. Trae Young is one of the leaders in the league in assists. The alley-oops are insane that he's been able to get. The question is, can the great coaching continue? Mike Budenholzer has been known to be outcoached. And so I'm going to go out on a limb here and say maybe they won't win the series, but I guarantee the Hawks take at least 2 games. I think this goes to 6 games. Trae Young becomes a factor late. There's a lot of good role players on this team, and there's enough bigs inside to slow down Giannis for as long as they can. Embiid was, let's be honest, a great shooter from the field during the last series, but he was not great in the interior. He was unable late in games to be able to get down low and be productive. I see Giannis struggling in the same way, and more importantly, Ben Simmons was completely shut down in that series. Ben Simmons is a north-south kind of runner. He's able to get the ball down the floor, and he's able to put it in the hoop for a fast break. He didn't do that, I want to say, more than 4 times in this last series. I'm confident the Hawks can put together a good game plan. At the end of the day, Giannis and the crew, I don't think they're going to let them lose. The key for the Bucks to win is going to be Jrue Holiday, is going to be Chris Middleton. But, of course, Giannis needs to do Giannis things every night just to give them a chance to win those games. However, the Bucks should be the favorite. I'll take the Bucks in 6.
Zach, you're right. Chris Middleton and Jrue Holiday, it's on you guys. And I'll put it more on Chris Middleton than Jrue Holiday, even though Jrue Holiday had a horrendous series before. It's really on Chris Middleton because, Zach, he was here the last time the Bucks was in the Eastern Conference Finals. They were up 2-0 versus Toronto, and we know how that ended. Zach, Kawhi ends up going, beats the Warriors, and the rest is history. Now it's time to rewrite history. You get bounced last year by Miami when you were the guy. You got bounced. You get Jrue Holiday this year. Jrue Holiday has a horrendous series with Brooklyn. This is your time to step up if you're Chris Middleton and Jrue Holiday. But Zach, it starts with the man himself. Giannis has to do Giannis thing. All right, let's get one thing for sure, ladies and gentlemen. John Collins is softer than any pillow in America. And also, too, Clint Capella is not that guy. It's easy. If you stop the flow, get Clint Capella in foul trouble and get John Collins not in the right mindset. I mean, Zach, the only thing the Sixers was missing was a Tobias Harris and a Ben Simmons with a great mind to score the basketball. And they would be in the Eastern Conference Finals, but we all know how that went out. Giannis is a different breed. Giannis will beat you in the post. He can shoot a 3-ball. I wish someone that we know could shoot one, but Zach, once again, I'm gonna stop throwing Ben Simmons under the bus right now. But Giannis has to do Giannis things and draw all the attention for the other guys to eat. But when it's time for those other guys to eat, they better eat. Don't waste your plate.
Yeah, for sure. I think that this is going to be a huge series for all of those players. But again, it was Giannis last year who slowed down in the Miami Heat series. It was Giannis who slowed down in that Raptors series. At the end of the day, in order for a team to keep winning games, the superstar's got to be the superstar. And Giannis has to keep doing his job. But Chris Middleton, yes, these guys need to help Giannis out. And Mike Budenholzer needs to continue to coach well. I mean, he wasn't even coaching well in the last game. They got fortunate that Giannis made so many jump shots in that game. Honestly, the Nets should have won that series, even without Kyrie Irving and James Harden was banged up. Kevin Durant was a freak of nature in this series, was a big foot away, honestly, from putting them away early. The Bucks have been on thin ice. They went down early in their first series. They swept Miami in their first series. They went down early in the second series against Brooklyn. And there were reports coming out saying that Mike Budenholzer's job was on the line during a series when they were down 2-0. What happened since? Now they're in the Eastern Conference Finals. They could win the NBA title this year. This is a team on thin ice. This is a team with a lot of drama in their locker room. You know who doesn't have a lot of drama in their locker room? You know who's very stable? The Atlanta Hawks. They have a great coach there. They have a couple of great role players, and they have a great superstar. Is he frustrating to watch? Sure. Is he going to become unproductive next year with some of these fouls cracking down? Absolutely. But for the time being, the way Nate McMillan has coached that team, the way that they're able to have that fight and toughness, you're telling me if you can overcome a 26-point and 18-point deficit to the 1 seed and the second candidate for the MVP, you can't hang around with the Bucks. I think the Sixers were a mentally tougher team than the Bucks. I think the Bucks are on thin ice right now. They're in trouble. This is not going to be as easy of a series as people think. But again, the talent is sides with Milwaukee. The experience sides with Milwaukee. The Bucks should win this series, but it's not going to be as easy as many people think it will be.
Zach, the officiating in this series is like how it was in Philadelphia. The Hawks will win this in 7 games. It's unbelievable. The Atlanta Hawks is the softest team I've watched in the playoffs so far, and that's coming from watching the Lakers and Suns. I mean, come on. There's some of these fouls. Exactly right. Next year is going to be hard for Trae Young. I'd like to see. I don't know if I want to call him a superstar just yet, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so frustrated with him, but I will say this: this is the Milwaukee Bucks is a physical team. Giannis alone just spells physical by himself. And then you got role players in Milwaukee. You got Brook Lopez. I know you lost Dante DiVincenzo, so who's going to be the guy stepping off the bench? Excuse me. You got a whole bunch of guys that can give you 20 points a night if you're in Milwaukee. It just falls on Mike Budenholzer being able to put his team in the best position to win. Now, all credit to Nate McMillan. I mean, Zach, he's 35-15 since he took over for Lloyd Pierce. That's pretty damn good. I mean, arguably coach of the year. I mean, Zach, when you have a guy that steps into a hot mess situation, rallies the troops, they win games, they put on a nice piece, they go to Madison Square Garden, they beat a Julius Randle-less Knicks, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, he did play, but I mean his play was awful, so I guess you could say he didn't play. You go to Philadelphia, whether you say or not, I think that really falls on Ben Simmons, but he rallies his team for 20 points both times and wins, and a Game 7 win in Philadelphia just to come to Milwaukee and play in a harsh environment there. Zach, this guy could have been coach of the year, but it just, once again, at some point, the Cinderella story has to end, and this is where it ends right here.
We're going to find out. I think it's going to be a fun series to watch. That is for sure. With that comment, you mentioned coach of the year. How about Monty Williams? How about that play at the end of the game last night? The Clippers fall for the third time in a row, down 2-0. They've won the last two series. But why is this time different? And another question that we should have. Are endgame reviews too long, and does it give teams who have mismanaged their timeouts way too much of an unfair advantage? Stay tuned. We are now offering a new product on our Teespring. Wear a mask in public. We are now supporting a custom-designed mask with our logo on it. Purchase it today, and 10% goes to a foundation of our viewers' choice. It offers a full nose and mouth coverage, single-sided print, includes two 2-inch elastic ear loops, non-medical grade product, and finally, $1 from every mask sale is donated to a nonprofit to feed children in need. Enjoy today's episode. All right, so the Phoenix Suns are out of timeouts, 0.8 seconds left, and then there's a review of an out-of-bounds play. They go to the scores table. It takes about 5 or so minutes. That's plenty of time to sit there, drop a play, and be able to proceed with it. It took maybe 20 seconds to determine that play. Gavin, do you think that gives too much of an unfair advantage to teams? And if so, what would you do about it? Or are you fine with the fact that teams get advantages based on the different circumstances?
Well, Zach, that's what happens when you complain about having a replay. I mean, it's the playoffs, Zach. They want to make sure they get everything's right, and we know they don't normally. That's called taking advantage of the situation at hand. I mean, Zach, let's think about it. If me and you were on a team and there's a replay, don't you want to get the last information that you can to make sure? Personally, I don't have a problem with it. I mean, if you don't want that to happen, maybe we start reviewing things. Go off good judgment. Make the reviews quick. Maybe keep the players on the court. Zach, you can't stop coaching from happening. This is not tennis. I don't have a problem with it.
You know, I agree, but I do think that five or so minutes for a review that takes 20 seconds really shouldn't happen. I think players should be allowed to walk over to their sidelines and be able to talk to their teams. I mean, sometimes you call timeouts to get a breather. This is just the same thing of a breather. You're just getting a play put together. So now let's talk about it then. Paul George, not the best night for him at all. Teron Lue said that they would not have been in that situation without Paul George. I disagree. He was like 8 for 21 from the field, or even worse than that. Late in the game, free throws, missed both of them. They were up 1, but then they had an answer, and then they answered back. Paul George actually answered for the 15-foot left elbow jumper. And then 0.8 seconds to go. I'm sorry, I think Patrick Beverley got an out-of-bounds play. Got the ball back, unable to capitalize on it. Out-of-bounds, Phoenix ball, lobs it up. DeAndre Ayton slams it down. Last-second desperation heave, didn't even get up in time from Rondo. Game over, Phoenix Suns win. And now Chris Paul's coming back for Game 3. Gavin, how do you think the last minute unfolded last night in the Valley?
Well, first of all, Zach, I just want to point out a meme I saw today on the internet. the other day, I guess in game one, or because Paul George has strung a couple great games together, they started calling him Vaccinated P. And then yesterday, I saw a meme that said, "Never mind, he didn't get a second shot yet." Well, Zach, let's go back. How did the game unfold? Your star didn't make his free throws. He had 2 free throws attempted. Paul George, he doesn't capitalize. Unlucky miss by Michael Bridges, who misses from a corner, who's a really great 3-point shooter. You get a tip, you get a chance. Honestly, remind me of Shaq and Kobe play, where you just toss up and let the big man go get it. That's what happened. What we also saw too is we had questions about the Phoenix Suns. Can they win without Chris Paul? Zach,
Devin Booker's getting more assists now. He's being more of a team player with Paul out.
Devin Booker had 40 points in the first game, 40-point triple-double. In this game, yes, he had his face busted and turnovers happened. He still had 5 assists, and he set a crucial screen to free up Ayton to go get the lob. It doesn't get any better than that. Cameron Payne, who deserves a lot of credit today, 29 points, 9 assists. These young guys are stepping up, and the fact that they're getting their leader back, not their all-star, not their superstar, their leader. No disrespect to Chris Paul. They're getting their leader back. The mid-range assassin. Zach, this series is over. Paul George failed the Clippers in the last night, but I think that was going to be a game of the year, or playoff game of the year.
Yeah, quite could be. They were on a seesaw for the last few minutes trading buckets. Devin Booker continues every day. You said the other day that you don't love his comparisons to Kobe Bryant. Are you sure about that?
I mean, that's a high ceiling. Zach, you're talking about one of the greatest players of all time. Zach, a lot of people put him at 1, a lot of people put him at 2, and some have him at 3. But this guy, Kobe Bryant, and I see the resemblance. I see where the comparison is coming from. The killer mentality, the go-getter. Zach, Devin Booker did drop 73 points. I understand it. But when you're talking about Kobe Bryant, you're also talking about all defensive team. You're talking about a million-time All-Star. You're talking about a couple championships. Devin Booker doesn't have an all defensive team, and I have to check to see it's an all NBA team. But I can see the resemblance, but he's just missing some accolades. So let me ask you this: do you like the comparison?
Offensively, I understand it totally. As you pointed out, very similar opinion. He's got a very similar jump shot. He's just a killer. And I'm glad that he's gotten a good team around him because he can show off his skills on the big stage. And I'm really excited to watch how his career continues to grow again. Since Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game, only 2 guys have been able to get anywhere close. You have Kobe Bryant at 81 and Devin Booker at 70. And somehow a game that they lost as well.
I mean, it's 1 versus 5 versus the Boston Celtics. Zach, I don't know what else you can ask for, but I agree. When it comes to offensively, Devin Booker has this killer mentality, has this go-getter, and he idolized Kobe Bryant in his game. One of his mentors, actually, to be exact. But when you're talking about Kobe Bryant, you also talk about the defensive side. Kobe Bryant will go down and get a bucket and will look at you in your face like, you're not scoring, buddy. Like, he was the man on both sides of the ball. When you're talking about greatest players all the time, you think of Michael Jordan, both ways. LeBron James, early in his career, both ways, especially with the chase down box. It's like, I have to see Devin Booker play better defense. I have to see Devin Booker make a defensive team. I have to see Devin Booker, do more active defense things, make more clutch plays defensively. Right now, offensively, he's got it. He got the comparison. Defensively, not yet.
Yeah, we'll see how his career continues to fan out. We're not the same Suns. A message that Monty Williams told his team before the restart in the bubble last year. Since then, they went 8-0, and the doors were closed to even have the playing game for them. Now they're staring down the potential for an NBA title. The addition of Chris Paul and Jay Crowder in the offseason, the glow-up and maturity of Devin Booker and a couple others, and then, of course, Mikal Bridges, Cameron Payne coming out of nowhere, our guy Darius Saric being a good role player for them as well. The Phoenix Suns are arguably the favorite right now, if not the Bucks, to win the NBA Finals. That'd be a great finals to watch. Be awesome to watch 2 teams that aren't usually at the big stage, and Chris Paul could possibly get his first ring.
It should have been Sixers and Suns, Zach. I would love to see that. Monty Williams versus old team. You got Chris Paul and Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton versus Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons sometimes, and Tobias Harris. Come on. But no, Zach, you got a team that went 8-0 the bubble. Had us, me and you, sitting here saying, well, wait a minute. do the Trailblazers and the Grizzlies need to be relooked at? They didn't have the best bubble chances. They had the best bubble odds. We came on here and said that. What they do? They go on a run. They get Chris Paul in the offseason. They get Jay Crowder. Nobody else. Cameron Johnson, who's played really well for them. Not a lot of people know about him. Zach, this is a Brooklyn Nets team from a couple years ago where they had D'Angelo Russell, and they had Dinwiddie and LeVert and Jared Allen, and they got a couple pieces, and they had a great coach, and they all played well together. They didn't win a series, but this team has a superstar, a Hall of Famer, a first-round pick, and a great coach. Should have been coach of the year. They're going to win this year.
Quite arguably, again, they go back to LA tomorrow night. We'll see how it rolls out. Down 2-0, the Clippers are. They went on a 4-game win streak last time that happened in Utah. But again, time will tell. History could change. With that being said, disaster strikes again. Up 5 runs, up 4 runs, and then up a run going into the 9th. The Philadelphia Phillies are now 3 games below 500, have lost out on second place in the division. The Mets continue to win, and they lost after scoring 12 runs. A disaster in South Philly. Stay tuned.
Would you like to know how you can support the More Than Philly Sports Talk Show? If so, head down to the comments on our YouTube channel. You will see 2 links there. The first is our Teespring, where you can see a wide variety of apparel products, including our signature product, the More Than Philly Sports Talk Show sweatshirts, offered in a variety of different colors, including gray, navy blue, and more. Finally, we have our Patreon page, where you can become a monthly donation member. 10% of all donations go towards an organization of our viewers' choice. We hope that you enjoyed today's episode, and if you can't donate, that's okay, because you can always share this.
No, the screen's not frozen. We're here. We're back.
We're just disappointed.
It's been a minute. We've been through most of this season. I've been pretty mild-mannered since the Eagles season ended. But what did we just watch, dude? Are you kidding me? You're up 5-0 going into the 6th. Give up 5 runs. All right, it's 5-5. You go up 9-5. Up, nope, 9-9 again. Up, grand slam here, 13-9. Get 12 runs. Give up 2 more runs in the last inning. Hector Neris has blown his 5 last save opportunities. This is an embarrassment to the city of Philadelphia. It's an embarrassment to the sport of baseball. They should be relocated. I don't know what to say. How the bullpen was horrible last year. The front office went out and did stuff in the offseason. I'm like, there's no way they can be this bad. There's no way. Joe Girardi's more focused on the sticky shit that's in whatever his name's glove, Scherzer's glove, than he is about not using analytics with his team. This is a terrible organization. We knew it from the start. No matter how much talent this team has on paper, they continue to disappoint. 12 freaking runs. The offense has been there this year more. The bullpen is horrible. Aaron Nola looks like dog shit. I apologize for the language. I'm trying
don't be sorry
right now. That's the way we looked at yesterday. What's going on in Philadelphia? Is there something in the water? Why can't this team hit? Why can't this team pitch? Why can't this team field? It's a broken team. Your best players are Abdul Herrera and Reese Hoskins right now. Who would have thought? This is terrible. The analytics is ruining the team. Joe Girardi, I don't feel bad for him anymore. He's making bad decisions, Gavin. Who's Coonrad? Why is he in the game? Why don't we even bring these guys in if they're not going to help us at all? Why can't this team pitch? All these other teams are finding diamonds in the rough. Where the hell is that with the Phillies? Where is that on the Iron Pigs? Where is that in the system?
Wander Franco hit a 3-run home run yesterday in his debut. Go ahead.
This is a disaster. This has been a disaster of a season. It's been an embarrassment. I have no reason to believe today that they have any reason to make the playoffs. I thought that this year would be different. I was wrong. Gavin continued to be right. This team can't be trusted. They can't. They can't do a damn thing right. Nothing.
Zach, it's not always sunny in Philadelphia, even though today was really nice. But somehow it's still a cloudy day over since the big part. I mean, let's just look at it. You wasted a whole winter, not summer, winter, for JT Realmuto. Now, yes, ladies and gentlemen, I know injuries, yes, blah. I don't care. I don't care. He has not done a single thing. Oh, Alec Bohm should have been NL Rookie of the Year. No! He is garbage. And you know what, Zach? I agree with you. They need to be banned from Philadelphia. They really – I wish I had my list on me, Zach. I would put them on here and I would send them up. I would personally – if I had a wrecking ball, Zach, I would take it to Citizens Bank Park. This team is horrible. Your ace, your so-called ace, Aaron Noah, sucks. Zach, emphasize that word. Put in breaking news for me. Do that for me. Aaron Noah sucks. Just like that. I want nothing else. And then Bryce Harper, $330 million with a hair gel? What? I mean, come on. Go ahead. I didn't hear you. Go ahead.
Hair gel and Pit Vipers, but we do have some breaking news. Aaron Noel's not an ace. In case anybody needed that reminder. We already had one bad week. I'm not worried about him.
One bad week. Zach, we always make excuse for Aaron Noah.
Noah has this is year 3 of struggles.
After we paid him, correct?
After we paid him.
Don't pay him anything. Take his contract away. Every run he gives up, he owes us $100,000 back. I mean, it's unbelievable. And it's like I didn't even know that as I was going through the Sixers depression, especially the Ben Simmons one, because I'm starting to be a Ben Simmons defender now, which I don't know why. I just took shots at him in the first hour or so. When you look at how this Phillies team plays, this game right here, Zach, just this game alone was how it was all last year. You're up 10 runs versus the Braves and you lose 11, to 10. How do you do that? And anyone that calls Hector the Protector should immediately be banned from Philadelphia because he's not protecting. What is he protecting? What is he helping? What is he doing for us? It's like this bullpen. Who the hell is Sam Coonrad? Who is that? Explain to me who that is. I don't know who he is. And it's like he's probably a nice guy, but guess what? I wouldn't care because if I ever saw him, I would walk the other way because he does nothing good for me. Aaron Noah needs to go. Joe Girardi, I mean, it's like I've been defending Joe Girardi for all along, but you're right. That yesterday was just pretty stupid.
7 relievers, not a single one pitched a whole inning.
They're all bad. But it's like you talk about great. You talk about just great teams all along. You talk about finding diamonds in the rough. Did you see what Wander Franco did yesterday? Did you see what he did? Did you see what the Dodgers do every year? It feels like they find someone new that can hit.
The Yankees.
Did you see what the Yankees can do? I mean, country strong. Aaron Judge, Luke Voigt is country strong. And then, did you see what the Padres did with Jake Cronenworth? Did you see that, Zach? Did you see
the Athletics find players every year? The Rays every year. I mean, like you saw a few years ago, Arenado came along. Last year, Arona Reyna came along. However you pronounce it, I apologize, but it's been. I mean,
right, you're good.
They found Blake Snell there. They trade him, and they have Tyler Glasnow replace him like it's nothing. I mean, what's going on here? What is going on in Philadelphia? It's been 11 years since they've been in the playoffs.
Okay.
We're in second grade.
Let me do that. I got you, Zach. Let me do it. Let me run.
Take it away. When was the last time the first?
Don't go. No. Let me give you a reminder, ladies and gentlemen. The last time. Yeah, come back with this. The last time the Phillies were relevant. We weren't even graduating. We was in elementary school. Zach did not have a beard, and neither did I. And Zach did not like golf, and me and him were playing wide basketball, being the Kobe and Jordan of that league. This team stinks. I am damn near 18 years old. I'll be 18 in about a week and a half, 2 weeks almost. Zach is 18. We are old. Zach, and we're not even that old. I don't have gray hair yet. Maybe I might get it right.
You're going to before they make the playoffs.
This team is terrible, ladies and gentlemen, and family members. Pay close attention to what I'm about to say. When was the last time the Phillies were in the playoffs, right? Zach, when was the last time was that?
They lost to the Cardinals in 5 in 2011.
How old were you in 2011?
2011, I was 8.
Okay, 10 years ago. He was at elementary school. I didn't know this man yet. Me and him had started to talk. You know all the things that happened before the Phillies are going to be relevant again?
We went through a global pandemic.
The Cubs won.
We went through 3 presidents. I mean, I don't know what more. Like, this is ridiculous.
The Cubs won. There was a global pandemic. LeBron went back to Cleveland and run a finals. Steph
He won
Curry
he won in Miami 11-12. I mean, yeah, he went there. He went to Miami, won there. Went to Cleveland, won there. Went to LA, won there.
And guess what? And to make matters,
Kobe Bryant still had 5 years left in the NBA.
And to make matters worse, Zach, to make matters all, just to sum it all and just throw us in us, the Braves were the worst team in the division at one point. Believe it or not, the Braves were one of those bottom feeder teams with the Miami Marlins. Guess what, Zach? The Miami Marlins were trash. They traded away everybody, and they still went back to playoffs. And the Braves now have a three-headed monster in Acuna, Ozzie Albies, and Freddie Freeman. How do you like? I mean, how do you like that? I mean, what else want me to say?
Eli Manning won a Super Bowl after the Phillies last made the playoffs.
Peyton Manning came back from neck injury and won the Super Bowl. I mean, let's talk about what else. Tom Brady won like another.
Brady
10
had 3. I think Brady had 3 rings back then.
Tom Brady won like another 10 things since the Phillies been good. I mean,
the Las Vegas Golden Knights weren't a team.
Oh my! And
the Big Three in OKC didn't even exist yet.
Exactly. You know, they were just about to break up after they were forming.
One more game. They had one more season in 2012.
Exactly. And my final point, Zach, Dwight Howard was a Laker back then.
Superman was Superman.
And that was when Superman. That was before all this.
Shaq may have been a Celtic back then.
Shaq was a Celtic or was about to retire. No, I think Shaq just joined inside the NBA. That's been 10 years. He's been there for 10 years. Zach, it's so bad. I can't even tell you what happened 10 years ago.
I'll tell you right now. I'll pull it up. Things that happened in 2011.
Go for it.
I'll tell you exactly what has happened since the last time the Phillies were even in the playoffs. I mean, this is just an embarrassment at this point. I'm lost for words at this point for what this team can do. I mean,
Brianna Stewart wasn't at UConn yet when like Zach. These are all these things that you just look at and like how the Sixers were bad.
This one, Auburn beat Oregon in the college football playoffs.
Jameis Winston and the crew were relevant at one point. Alabama had a downfall and came back. Like, come on, man.
Packers and the Steelers. The Packers beat the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers had his first and only ring.
Haven't been back since.
Let's see what else happened that year in March. We're into March.
Blake Griffin's knees were still working at the time.
That was quite a long time ago as well.
Exactly. What else? I mean, let's think NBA, Zach. Blake Griffin's knees.
Tons of sports things happened in 2011.
Nowitzki just won a championship. No longer there. Luka was still overseas. I mean, what else? Lonzo Ball and LaMelo Ball were nobody.
The Dallas Mavericks won their first NBA championship, 4-2 against the Miami Heat. The Boston Bruins won their first NHL title in over 39 years against the Vancouver Canucks. I mean, this is 10 years ago. This is 10 years ago, and the Phillies haven't been back to the playoffs since.
You know what? This is the icing on the cake, Zach. This might be the icing on the cake. The Dallas Cowboys.
Captain America was released.
Hold on a second. This might be the icing on the cake. There's 3 things that might be the icing on the cake.
Let me hear it.
The Avengers Endgame and a whole bunch of Avengers movies came out for all my Avengers fans. All right, you had a couple Fast and Furious in there. I think you had like Fast 4 or 5. I don't remember. There's so many out there, all in that time frame. And also, too, Zach, the Dallas Cowboys have more winning seasons than the Philadelphia Phillies had in 10 years. I mean,
the NBA lockout in 2011.
Derrick Rose, we saw the rise and fall of Derrick Rose. Sadly, I hate to say it. Hopefully he comes back. I mean, what else? What else? Anthony Davis had short hair. DeMarcus Cousins wasn't rude. I mean, what else? John Wall was a great player.
Williamson was 10 years old.
John Wall was a great
Anthony
player.
Edwards was 9.
Zach,
Jalen Suggs was 8. Morgan Beckers was 8.
Zach, look at this comment. Fast 9 will be out on Friday. 9! What? No, we was at Fast 5 when the Phillies were bad. When the Phillies were the last time Phillies were good. We went at Fast 5. We were like Fast 3 or 4. Zach, they drop a new movie every year, and they know how long it takes. Twinkies, Zach, Twinkies hostess stopped making Twinkies, and they came back.
And they came back too. Flappy Bird was gone.
Flappy Bird's gone. I mean, what else? Fortnite, the fidget
Temple
spinner.
Run 1 and 2 came out. Fortnite had its run.
Gangnam
We
Style.
went through all of middle school and high school. I mean,
Zach, Gangnam Style was hot. There's silent. The watching. Like, there's so many stupid things that was better than this team. It's bad. It's really bad. It's like I might be in a new market for a new team. I don't care what anyone says about me. Say what
Brad
you want.
Antoni officially an MLB fan, free agent.
I am. Any team that wows in this past week, I'll buy a hat.
Recruit him.
Yeah,
The Red Sox are good again.
never.
The Astros are somehow in first place. Oh boy.
The Astros, Zach, the Astros were bad, right? Get this.
They were in the National League 10 years ago. That's how long ago it's been. They were in the
They
National
were
League.
champions. However you want to say it. Cheaters or not. Zach, I try to laugh it off for the camera, but
Andy Reid was the coach of the Eagles.
Zach, Jamal Charles was the running back of the Chiefs, and Alex Smith was still a 49er. Joe Flacco won the Super Bowl. We're crying out loud. Everybody loved Colin Kaepernick back then. Zach, these are things that happened in 10 years.
And the Phillies still have not made the playoffs.
What else? I mean, Zach, politics not my strong suit. You know I don't like it, but damn, Donald Trump became president where the Phillies became relevant. I mean, come on. What else? Zach, what else? What else can I say? What else is there?
There's a lot's happened in 10 years.
What else? Kevin Hart is one of the funniest comedians out there. I don't know. Zach,
I ran and departed Stetson News. We started ran and departed from our sports debate club.
Exactly. And then, ladies and gentlemen, so many things happened between the Phillies. We had the riots of Baltimore. We had what else we had? So many things I can't even remember. Ladies and gentlemen, in 2010, 2011, I went to Boston for the first time. That was my first ever vacation. I went somewhere. Like, Zach, take that into account. Take that into account.
It's been 10, 11 years we're talking. This is a long time.
I mean,
Tiger Woods was the number one golfer back then. He came back from his temporary leave. 2008 was when he was able to win the U.S. Open on a broken leg after the Phillies won the World Series last and went on a little run after that, and since then happened back.
Simone Biles was a kid back then. Just think about that. Everybody loves Simone Biles. I love Simone Biles.
And you want to hear something else? Here's the top 4 songs, right? Top 4 songs in 2011. E.T. by Katy Perry featuring Kanye West. Firework by Katy Perry. Party Rock Anthem. And Rolling in the Deep.
Well, first off, is that Rolling
That's how old.
Hold on.
That's how long it's been.
Hold on. Rolling in the Deep by Adele?
Adele.
We still like that over here.
We do like that. But it's been 10 years since that.
Party Rock Anthem? Party Rock Anthem. Listen, what I want, Facebook, YouTube. Comment
Instagram became a thing since then.
Comment things that happened since the last time the Phillies been good. And we will read them on show. And you guys think we're joking. I'm serious. My mom is laughing right now. I'm so serious. Zach, I mean, what else is there? Jake went off to college. Simone Biles, Naomi Osaka wasn't even a thing 10 years ago. I mean, what, man? This is crazy. This is why this is outrageous.
I got one for you too. The Spins by Mac Miller had just come out.
I don't even remember that. That's how bad that was. I don't even remember that. I really don't. I really don't. It was like, you know that one song I think is like, I'm gonna pop some Chaz. I think it's called
Thrift Shop?
Yeah, that song was hot. Robin Thicke had a good song. Bruno Mars. Zach, don't give me started.
Young Bruno Mars days, Ed Sheeran young days, Justin Bieber young days.
That's what
One Direction was a band. We're not big. We're not big 1D fans over here, but I'm sure we got
Big Time Rush, and everybody knows Big Time Rush. I know we've been rambling.
Carly's original show was still airing.
Zach, I know we're rambling on about how bad, but I just want you guys to realize since how long it's been. I hope Zach, the PlayStation 4 didn't even come. The PlayStation 4 came out.
I don't know if we're at the PlayStation 3 at that point.
The PlayStation 3 was out, and the PlayStation 4, and then the PlayStation 5. Zach, you know,
I had an Xbox 360 back then.
ladies and gentlemen,
I still had my Wii. I had my Wii.
I saw mine too. That's worse.
I wish I did still, but I had my Wii. We were playing Mario Super Sluggers back in the day.
I mean, what else, Zach? I mean, let's just take the last couple minutes of this show just to name what else was hot back then.
I'll look up top things in 2011.
What else?
I mean, this is just Grand Theft Auto 4 had just come out probably.
No, GTA 5 just came out. Grand Theft Auto 5. That's another game that's running as long as them. It's terrible, man. It's terrible. You know what? If I get Phillies tickets this year, I'm gonna go just to be upset. I'm gonna go because I'm not even. I'm just gonna walk around Citizens Bank Park. I mean, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna see if I can get myself into some trouble there. Not too trouble. I just want to walk around and see what's gonna happen. Maybe I get hit with a baseball and not return. Zach, maybe that's what I was like. Maybe I get hit with a baseball and I get the suit. I don't know. Zach, I don't want to watch this.
And then they give you a free suite and you get to sit in there and watch the Phillies suffer. At least you're in a nice suite with a good food.
Luxurious.
Man, you met DeMarco Murray since then. I mean, it's been a long time since the Phillies made the playoffs.
Zach, how many cruises have you been on since that time?
Probably 9, 8.
I met Steph Curry. I met
the first cruise I actually enjoyed was like 2010. I mean, it's almost around the same time.
Zach, this is depressing. This is really depressing. So I mean, Serena Williams she's still dominating, but untouchable. It's terrible, man. It's terrible. This team.
The Phillies. It's been a long time, and the Phillies have a lot of work to do. One of the longest playoff droughts in the MLB, and the Mariners are one of the only teams that's ahead of them. But
you know what? One more thing. Sorry to cut you off. Anthony, my cousin Anthony, our great friend of the show, just got his doctor's degree from Duke. Congratulations! If I haven't congratulated you already, he wasn't a doctor yet. He was still in high school. Trent was still in high school. Rondell was still in high school. Dom just was fresh out of high school, for crying out loud. I mean, what? DeJuan was in middle school, about to go to high school. And this is what we're supposed to be proud about? No disrespect to none of those guys. I just want to know, if you guys know them personally and you see where they are now versus they're all doing fantastic and, like, great for them. But, damn, just know where they were 10 years ago and where they are now. Come on, man. Come on.
It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. With that being said, I apologize for the rambling. But it's been a long time. It's been a long time since the Phillies have made the playoffs, yet alone anywhere deep in the playoffs. They've even expanded the playoffs with the wild card team since then. But with that being said, we hope you all enjoy the Bucks and Hawks game tonight. The Phillies have the day off before a 4-game series against the Mets. If they went off 4 of those games, they're only a half game back, but we'll see what happens.
I would never apologize.
With that being said, thank you again, everybody, for joining us today. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, thanks again and have a great day.
Go Bucks.
If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. In addition, hit that bell icon and set it to all to get reminded of when we go live and when we post excerpts of our videos.